They doing button check? Are we getting into it? We're getting into it.
We're getting into it. All right. Welcome to DragonCon 2022, ladies and gentlemen. I am Trout. I'm joined by
Kevin with a K, and I am excited to start commentating our Smash Ultimate Singles. We're getting into round 1 for pools, and we've got a matchup between Chair2 and Zolo.
All right, so off rip, we're going to be seeing Aegis versus Corrin, and a little stat to consider. There's a Corrin main from Texas named Static, who has a positive record on Cosmos' Aegis. So this matchup may not be the best for Aegis, or it could just be comfortability, but we'll see how it plays out here.
That's very interesting to think about. Looks like we've got a pretty even game so far. Really wild neutral, a lot of scramble, but
that's an interesting interaction. So we just know that the Mythra up tilt will straight up beat out the Dragon Bite.
Yeah, I can definitely say, aside from what you just mentioned as your example, I have not seen this matchup come into play a lot, so I have a feeling we're going to be seeing a lot of interesting interactions.
Of course, both characters going to be utilizing their long range, so this is going to be a little bit more of a spacing game, a little bit more patient play. They're not going to really be in their faces as much. In terms of raw range, I want to say that Aegis has the advantage, but Corrin has that up air, and that up air is great for juggling.
It's got a wide disjoint, and we see Chair throwing out the back air on Corrin a lot, keeping that space and keeping safe, and even using it to reposition like we just saw there.
As the down tilt into the up air, not going to be enough to find the stock. One more though, because that up air is strong. And we also see the Pyra, who also has confirms into the up air. But speaking of confirms,
neutral B, part 2 coming out to take stock 1.
Oh, okay. But the forward smash is going to even it right up, so we're back to an even game. 2 stocks, 0%.
A lot of spacing being thrown out here.
It's very, I don't know, I feel like in this matchup, like the one thing I abuse whenever I'm fighting Aegis is the offstage game. I haven't really seen Corrin hit any crazy edge guards in this game, because her counter sends upwards, right? And then her fair kind of sends you at like a diagonal upwards angle, and her nair sends you straight up. And the down air is a suicide. Sometimes. You can make it back. But for the most part, if you want to be killing people with it, you're going to go pretty far down, especially on PS2 because of the low bottom blast. So it's a nice up air to take the stock.
Yeah, man, I'm not sure that Corrin necessarily has any semi-spikes. It's going to send it the angle that you'd want to get a good edge guard on Aegis. So we're going to have to see if it's just going to be on-stage play, high percentages, and smash attacks to stocks. Full stock up, already 50% on Aegis.
You see the quick high recovery with the photon edge as well, just to avoid any potential of that down air, since the stock lead is there, and that would mean that it's not too suboptimal to go for. Almost got that Dragon Bite again to close out the game.
Looks like we are keeping Pyra out here. We definitely want to try to take this stock and don't need any more damage to get anything happening on Chair, but it looks like the back air is going to take it. The spacing on the back air finally comes into play.
Yeah, something I noticed a lot. Zolo's a Corrin, if I want to. Yeah, okay, Zolo's a Corrin, if they're sitting in the correct spots. Something I noticed a lot from. No, okay, Chair2 is the Corrin, so they're not sitting in the right spots. So Chair2 was taking a lot of stocks from juggling and advantage state. So as opposed to the edge guards as we were talking about, we saw a stock come out from the up air, and that last stock come out catching the drift away while they were landing with the back air. So that's something that Corrin's going to excel at a lot. But something we could see that Zolo take advantage of is the really quick switch, the down B from Aegis, to kind of go between the two. It gives you that like moment of invulnerability so that you don't really get hit, as well as when you are on Mythra, you do have that foresight. Kind of activates like bats within.
That makes a lot of sense to me. I'm interested to see what the stage select is, because I think Aegis and Corrin both would like to go somewhere with low ceilings, but it looks like we're just going low everything with Yoshi's story.
Very small blast zones on the stage. I don't really know if I agree with this pick from Zolo, only because, see, there's like some tricks Corrin can do on wall stages, particularly the Kalos, where she pins into the wall and it can help mix up her recovery a lot. But again, at the same time, on this stage, Pyra can get some really early kills with like up smash or up air.
And even a well-spaced F-tilt, I think, would probably do it.
Yep.
But the way they've been playing is a lot of neutral and a lot of scrambles, and not a lot of edge guarding, which is some very interesting gameplay, especially in this meta of Smash.
I feel like where we are in 2022 of Smash Ultimate, this game is definitely leaned towards more of an advantage state punish game heavy meta, and that's an unfortunate SD coming out there. Kind of got set at an awkward angle from that pin.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that air dodge is intentional or if it was a missed tech onto the platform. But that's going to be a sizable lead coming out for Chair.
Nothing too impossible for Zolo to come back here. It's a couple of neutral wins and a switch to Pyra away from getting a stock. But he's got to prevent as much extra credit from getting done on him as possible, because he's already been lapped.
Yeah, the thing about this matchup is that both Corrin and Aegis are kind of known for taking stocks with stray hits.
Yep.
And so it's going to be a lot of prediction on stage, not a lot of off stage play, but
The back actually not really going to take it on Yoshi's.
surprising at the percentage that we're looking at from Corrin.
We also got a little bit of rage on the Pyra as well, but the forward smash not going to get the tipper, so that's another chance at life for Zolo to try and bring himself back into this game. But the whiffed up smash is going to eat a grab.
And we're seeing this come into play like we've been talking about, these getting sent high towards the blast zone instead of low. And not a lot of good ways to edge guard since plenty of ways to recover from both these characters, but Chair taking it. Stock 2 with the side B.
Alright, so this is a mountain to climb here for Zolo if he wants to bring this back. Finds the forward tilt, but across stage, that's not going to do it just yet. Maybe on the neutral get up read, doesn't find it.
Yeah, I think that we're kind of seeing what you're talking about. The stage select is not panning out as we wanted to see for Zolo. Both the characters have the same advantage.
Yeah.
What a predict.
I love that. I love that setup. When Corrins do that, they don't do the full pin kick. They kind of set you up, and they get you scared. Like, oh, I got to get out of it because they're going to kick me. And then they punish you for panicking.
Yeah, hold you for the tech. It's kind of like a lay-down grab in that way.
Yeah, very much snake down throw-esque.
Going for these safe edge guards with the neutral B, and I'm not sure if we're going to see anything come of that. But the important thing is that we're not going too crazy, especially with our lead on Corrin from the side of Chair.
There's another pin kick, and wow, I just didn't expect to get hit there. And that's going to be the set going to Chair2, taking it over Zolo and Corrin Aegis.
I honestly didn't expect there to be so many moves and knockbacks that send high instead of horizontal.
Yeah.
It's mostly vertical and diagonal.